Hey guys, Red X here. I wanted to give another quick update on the wheels. They're finally on. I got them. They just need to be cleaned because not only do they have a whole layer of brake dust on them, but also there's some weird tar that's around the outer edge on the face of the wheel. So I'm going to wash that off, see if I can scrub it off. I'm not sure if it's something that I'll be able to clean completely, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. And then once it's cleaned, it needs a coating too. So then I can keep it in pristine condition for a longer period of time. This is the wheel coating that I'm going to be using and applying on my wheels, specifically made for wheels. I don't think there's really a huge difference between this and the metal oxide coating that I put on my paint. But I'm going to keep a lookout for massive differences. I know that this is a bit more heat resistant because, as you know, especially with performance vehicles and performance brakes, the more you use it, the faster it starts to heat up and gets hot pretty quickly too. So this should alleviate heat a bit more than just leaving it go completely. And most importantly, especially for me, I love the fact that it resists brake dust. So without further ado, I'm going to clean the wheels. Once they're completely cleaned, apply this and show you guys the final product. I can't wait to see how shiny these wheels look. They already do look pretty nice, but just a little dirty. So let's go clean them. As you can see, I start off by just rinsing off the whole wheel, barrel, spokes, and the whole face, making sure that all of that loose grit and dirt is rinsed before even bother putting any foam on. But this foam is a strong cleaner that is made specifically for cleaning wheels. It's a wheel cleaner and breaks down brake dust, dirt, anything that can be picked up off of the road. It'll take care of it mostly, but sometimes you do need something that's a little bit more aggressive. If you guys want to see more thorough cleaning where I explain every single step and show you every step of the process, I'll leave a link on the top right hand corner for you guys to click on, and that'll take you to that video. I also have a separate video that shows the whole process of cleaning and protecting my interior too. So if you guys are curious as to how to clean leather seats and protecting them, and conditioning as well. Leather should be conditioned at least every once in a while. I'll have that in the top right hand corner as well. This is what it looks like when it's properly cleaned and brake dust free. Doesn't have anything on it really. It doesn't have any residue. This is what it should look like. And this is the front wheel. This is what the dirty, unclean wheels look like. So it's a huge difference between the two. Also, I do think it's very important and imperative that you clean these brushes every single wash, if not every other wash, just so you don't end up having a bunch of rocks, brake dust, all of that grime that you've probably picked up from other dirty wheels, especially if you're cleaning a lot of dirty cars. You don't want that to transfer onto cleaner wheels or, anyone else's wheels, just because it might potentially scratch the barrel of the wheel. So definitely a good idea to rinse and wash these brushes very thoroughly before washing any other wheels after you cleaned 1 or 2 cars. To really clean a wheel as efficiently as possible, you might have to take the lug nuts off and put it on the lift and remove the wheels altogether to clean it. There might be certain edges and valleys within the wheel barrel that you just cannot reach without removing them. So that might be something you need to do too. Before we go any further, I wanted to show you guys exactly how awesome this coating is and how much it sheets water at the least. As you can see, the water just slides right off. It beads up into giant beads, and then they just slide right off. It's awesome technology, and I know it just seems a bit simple, but it's groundbreaking for, if you don't have a coating on it, it just stays there. It just sits. And when it sits, especially on a sunny day, that's when you have some serious problems. Of course, you still have to wipe it away with a towel, but it's just so much easier to maintain with a coating on. That's just the point that I wanted to get across before we go any further. All right, back to the wheels. So now the car is completely clean and free from all residue. I was originally just going to clean the wheels, but since it hasn't gotten washed in about a week and a half, it had a lot of dust and grit and other contaminants on the paint itself. So I just went ahead and just washed the whole thing. But as you're going to see, it is going to look perfect, or almost perfect. There's certain imperfections within the wheels that I might buff out at some point, but I'm not really concerned about it. Those marks were there even before, so they might be there to stay. But now I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the wheels, spokes, and everything in between are completely just contaminant free. Because if you have any contaminants or anything on the wheel when you're coating it, that might potentially scratch it, or it will be permanently on the clear until you buff out and remove the coating. It's just a lot better to have it completely clean and contaminant free. So that's what I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do, and then it's coating time. And then once the coating is done, I'm probably going to give it a nice interior as well. I'm not going to record that already. If you want to see that, I do have a video dedicated to interior and exterior cleaning. Both of them are separate videos, and I'll have them both on the top right-hand corner. But anyways, let's go ahead and coat these wheels. Now to clean these properly, I'm just going to use a dry and clean microfiber towel. Don't ever use anything that's remotely dirty that can scratch the paint on these wheels. But I'm going to gently just go over everything to make sure that it's cleaned and dried at the same time before going ahead and applying the coating. I'm I'm going to be using the Art Shines applicator. It's very soft, microfiber, suede, almost like a suede material. Very smooth and very easy on paint. So if you're looking for applicators and some with like a pouch that you can stick your fingers in, so it's easier to hang onto. And I think anything is better than the applicators that you have to put the cloth in yourself in the wedges. I swear I hate those so much. This is definitely like a fantastic alternative. They are relatively cheap. I think the last time I checked it was like around $1.50 to $1.70. It's like upper $1 to $2. So these are good. You don't want to rush when you're applying coating to a wheel because, especially if you have very complicated designs on them, you want to make sure that you spread that coating evenly on every angle, because if you don't, you're going to have some high spots, and only that, but you're not going to have much coverage in certain areas compared to others. It'll just be unevenly applied. So. All right. Now it's on. I'm going to wait a little bit for 1 to 2 minutes for it to start bonding to the paint on the wheel. Once that bonding process starts, wiping it away, all the excess coating, at that point, then it's basically on. You're just wiping off extra coating that is on the surface. These wheels look absolutely stunning, but unfortunately, since they're black, any high spot that's left over after you've wiped it away and it's cured for at least a day, it's probably there to stay until you polish it out. It's going to be very difficult to take off any kind of high spot that's left over on a wheel after the first day. At that point, it's bonded with the clear, so you have to polish it out. Even with 24 hours, you can usually just use CarPro's Essence Plus, which it's formulated to handle high spots on coatings, so you don't end up taking off the coating while you're buffing it out. But after 24 hours, then you usually have to use a buffer polisher. But it always depends on the kind of coating it is and the bonding period and how long it takes to cure. Every coating is completely different. I'm going to start taking off the excess coating now. This is the final product. Now the coating's been sitting for a little bit, it's starting to bond, and I've wiped off the extra coating. It looks absolutely fantastic. Very glossy, and it should be heat resistant as well as hydrophobic. And it'll make it easier to clean any kind of dust or dirt that's in the wheel wells or on the face of the wheel. I haven't coated the wheel well actually, but I'm going to go in there as far as I can. The easiest way to clean and protect a wheel is if you remove it, but unfortunately I don't have any jacks with me right now, so this will have to do. I'm more concerned about the face of the wheel anyways. That's what everyone's going to look at. But all right, on to the next couple wheels. But I think I'm just going to stop right here. I think you guys get the idea. I think I'm going to record just one more just in case, and then I'll go on to the end of the video. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. As you can see, it is nighttime, so I'm going to call it night. As soon as I get the interior done, of course. The interior's a bit on the messy side. But once I get that done, I'm going to make sure that the windows are clean and make sure that everything is looking good on the paint. I already looked over it quick, and it looks pretty decent. Other than a couple of spots on the sides, look like they have some scratches from zippers and stuff, which is why whenever you're working on a car or doing anything around a car, you want to be very cautious that you don't have any jewelry or anything like that. That could easily scratch and damage clear coat, resulting in crappier paint. And yeah, you don't want to deal with that. So that's going to do it. I don't think I have anything else to say. If you guys love these videos and you want to see more of this Camaro and some crazy POV drives, stay tuned, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. That's the only way that YouTube will allow you to really get notified on every single video that's uploaded. Even though I don't really upload like crazy, I do want to start bumping up the amount of videos that I'm publishing. So make sure you keep an eye out for those notifications. And I might make some gaming videos as well. If you guys are interested in that, keep a lookout for a link down below. I'm probably going to make a third channel for gaming. I already have a second channel for music, which I already have a link down below. So go and check that out as well. And I think that's it. Strap your seatbelts in for the next video, and I'll see you there. I think I ran out of words to expunge on my mouth. I think I ran out of words to say. All right, that's it. See you guys later. You get so much brake dust. It's due to the stock brake pads that they give you out of factory. I usually suggest getting them replaced by ceramic brake pads. Having to spread dirt around. So essentially, as you go down the slope